This 1966 Impala is bad. Now, when I say bad, it does not mean the character of the car, the character of the owner. We're strictly talking scope of work. Here's the challenge that individuals don't understand. It's one thing to have a bad panel. It's another thing when you have no structural integrity. So now we have to first place structural integrity in place and do it in a way that we assume full responsibility for that structural integrity. That's first. Secondly, then you have to come back and you have to put the sheet metal and things of that nature to give it some shape around that skeleton. This car, we have two issues. There is no structural integrity from the front of the car to the back of the car, to the center of the car. I mean, the convertible top, we pulled it, it's all rotten. It's all just gone. It's as if this car has set in the bottom of an ocean somewhere, but worse than that it came out after being there and just sat on the side and it just kind of rotted. Like it's been in a swamp somewhere, half exposed and half covered. It's that bad of a project. We don't say that to hinder the character of the vehicle. The vehicle hadn't done anything. And whoever owned this car at some point in a previous life, things happen. And I don't even want to blame them, but things happen. It's nothing but metal. And you put metal and water and oxygen, you put all that together, this is how you get this situation. This is the worst case of it. So what do we do in a situation like this? You have to have a donor car. Now, can we fix it? If this was a one-off car, if this was a car of historical significance, if the budget was, I don't know, approaching 8 figures, definitely 7 figures, then we can probably do it all. But it gets to a point where it's no longer cost prohibitive. Let's say I can get a donor car, a donor body for $7,500. I don't need an engine in it. I don't need good running tires. I don't need any seats. So let's say even better than that, get one for $4,000. If I can get one for $4,000 that has some structural integrity, even if it doesn't have solid panels, just give me some structural integrity with the framing of the car. If it has that, we're gonna save the client a whole lot of money. Because just to try to put the structural integrity in here, you're talking about a month plus just to even put the structural integrity. Then you have to come back. So you're talking, if you're doing this car, you're talking multiple months of just metal work. When you start looking at the budget of what we charge per hour and how much that equates to per week, then how much that equates to per month, it's not cost prohibitive. So this is where I get with my team, I sit down and I say, hey, this is where we are. The next step for this car involves X. So come on, let's go talk to the team. How's everybody doing this morning? All right, we'll start off with the Impala. It's pretty bad. I think we stopped. I don't think there's much more, Willie, we can do on that. You've done a great job of getting us to the point where we got the butt naked truth. And the truth of the matter is, the client will come out far cheaper getting a donor body. I like the chassis. Chassis looks good. The powertrain looks good. All that, so he has something to build upon. Fun to words. He has a pretty good foundation though, you know, to build a house upon. And then we can use the seats. And I don't remember the dash. The dash was gone a little bit. Okay. Well, I think if he finds a donor car and the donor car has some structural integrity, I think that's a more efficient way to go. So when Carol comes, I'll get with her. She'll contact the client, let him know what we found, where we are. And I think at this point, we just stop, leave it right there on display, let him come see what we see. We'll give him a show and tell. But it could be an emotional thing, you know, when you've been dreaming about this car and you think it's hot stuff, or you think it can be completed. And then you get to that point and it's like, man, are you really committed? You know, how much budget you got? A lot of budget, a lot of cojones, you know. That's a fight there to get that done. So I think he needs a donor body and we move on from that. So that's my thoughts on that.